rich or pseudo guys like me who used to smoke Wills filter, which was 80 paisa a packet. So I used to put the cigarette on my lips and I used to write maths, come back. And in the morning, come back. One day, by mistake, I forgot to pick up my cigarette packet and matchbox. It was under my pillow. When I used to come back, my mother used to go at 9:30, 10 after my dad goes to office. She used to pick up the mattress. We were so bad, we didn't even pick up the mattress. So she used to go and pick up the mattress and the pillow and come back. So that day I forgot to pick up my cigarette packet and the matchbox, and I came back. And you know, in our times, I don't know how it is today, it was a huge taboo to smoke, or if parents knowing you smoke, or in front of the sawal hi nahi paida hota, but otherwise as well. When I have come back home, I suddenly realized that I had dropped the cigarette packet. But it was too late because my mother had already gone there. She had already come back. So I went quickly to my room and I pulled my drawer and I saw the cigarette packet and the matchbox there, very nicely kept. So I pushed it back. My mother walked through me. She talked to me. Nothing. Absolutely perfect. And the tension was really growing. When she doesn't talk, it's worse. So in the evening she called me and she made me sit in her room and she said, I want to talk to you on a subject which perhaps you know why I have called you, but I am not here to tell you whether you should smoke or you should not smoke. As per me, you're old enough to know the hazards of smoking, and it's up to you your decision to smoke or not smoke. However, I want to tell you one thing: you have no right to create a wrong impression on an impressionable youngster who looks at you as a hero. You fundamentally have no right to do that. You smoke, you kill yourself, you do whatever, I don't care. I'll do my job, you do yours. But you can't do this. He looks up to you as a demigod. He learns maths from you. He thinks you're a brilliant student. And what are you telling him? You just can't do that. So she did not admonish me for the act of smoking, but she taught me a very big thing in life. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the day I started my education business, particularly the business school, I gave up hard drinks. And I told my students that I don't want my eyes to tatter, because they're all looking up to me like, as if someone. These are areas which has helped us to build ourselves in the process as we have gone through. This was pretty early, 16 years and 17 years of our life. So the first leap of faith is HCL. HCL, incidentally, since some of you are from IT, when I joined HCL, it was a 1.6 crore company. So you can now calculate. I joined HCL. I did not apply to join HCL. I think none of us did those days. We were hired by Arjun Malhotra, who was our senior in IT Kharagpur. And he picked up a lot of KGP guys just because of his own security. He felt a little comfortable having KGP guys around those days. So a whole bunch of Kharagpur guys were there in HCL those days. And we really grew very, very fast in HCL. And I remember another story there that time, when we did not know any process or anything. We used to do a thing called road shows, which became very popular now. This was actually invented by HCL. And we used to go to all cities, including Pune. And I had the budget with me to sanction the amount of money. And once I had spent the money without taking a sanction. And I said that after the show is over, I'll take the sanction. What is the big deal? I know how much it is to do. These are the things which happen. We just crossed the limit. We just crossed the line without knowing we're crossing. You're doing it for the company. Come on, it's not personal. So we can do it. I got a call from Mr. Nader, and he called me to Delhi next day morning. Just for this. He called me and he told me, look, spending before sanction and then getting it sanctioned in English language is called ratification. It is not called sanction. So you take a decision. Do you want this to be ratified or you want this to be sanctioned? And then take a call. That's all he told me. 15 minutes meeting and take the evening flight and go back. But I'm telling you this after so many years, which means that it must have created an impact on me. So that was my first learning of structural discipline in working in an office. So when I became an entrepreneur, it did help because entrepreneurs are not very good in these areas. So I think HCL was a very, very good period, and then we became all senior managers in HCL, and etc., etc. But then I joined PCL as a co-founder. That's where my entrepreneurial journey started, and we were all from IIT in PCL. My wife is sitting here. I sold her ornaments to pay for our equity. I can say that. This is one challenge I have today. I have to speak the truth and only the truth. Because she's So yeah, because one good decision Dadan took was 30th September, you have to pay your equity. Otherwise you're not in. Let's have some discipline. He started. Beg, borrow, steal, I don't care. We all have to pay. So obviously we didn't have money. Provident fund money will give you how much? Nothing. So, I was awfully short of money, and then she only gave me the idea. You can ask her. And then that's how PCL started. And Dadan was a great guy. He was again a senior for me. We have lost him. He died in 2005. Dadan, myself, Stephen Arana, Bharat Goenka, if you know these names, Akhtar Singh Mittal, these are the guys who started, except for Anil Chopra, who also has passed away. Everybody else was from IIT. And there was only one driving force there. The entire equity of the company was 6 lakhs of rupees, and we are 6 of us. So that tells you how things happened. And the entire motivation to build PCL was driven by one single agenda, which many of you will not believe today. But just take my word for it, it was true. We believed that we would change the way business is done in India by bringing in computerization. And we genuinely believe that. We believe this is not the way. There is a better way. And we are creating that revolution. I'm talking about late 70s and early 80s. And that was a time when the energy levels were so high that we are changing the world. We are changing the way people will live. We are changing the way things will happen in this world. So I think that motivation was extremely strong. That aspiration was very, very strong. And that drove us into this entrepreneurial world. Then of course, PCL from that stage grew to 44 offices, 3 factories, 3,000 plus people, about 500 crores. We really grew. This company became the largest PC company in India. Many of you don't know this. And the day we beat HCL, we sat relaxed. Because the target was HCL. The target was never Wipro. Because I used to kill Wipro in the market by saying they are the best number 2 company world has ever produced. They're brilliant as number 2. But HCL is a winner or a loser. So the character was different in HCL. And we have to beat them. If you don't beat them, we have not won the race. And I remember the month we beat HCL, and in the Data Quest used to come out with this top 10 in those days. And we were in the cover of Data Quest, myself and Dadan Bhai. That was a real life made kind of a story for us. But every good day has a bad time. And so come 89, 87, 88, 89, 90, and PCL got into heavy debts. We have overgrown ourselves. We had advertised